Chiz, what is going on? Hope you're doing well. I'm excited about this video. Listen, I might sound biased, but I think this is going to be the most in-depth video you see about how to start online fitness coaching. It's just taken me 2 days to make this, just really refine everything. I'm not going to hold anything back. I'm not going to gatekeep. I'm literally going to give it all to you. And I'm doing this for the coaches that really just implement this, because those are the coaches that are going to win. Okay. And we're going to do this. We're going to start online fitness coaching from scratch. No big following, no paid ads, no website. If I had this when I started 7 years ago, I would have cried of gratitude. Okay, so I want to give it to you, and let's get into it. And listen, if you're watching, chances are you're in a few situations, right? You could be an in-person coach right now, all right, or you might have a 9-to-5 job. Okay, and so we'll get into that. Or you could just be an existing online coach and you're trying to refine everything, get your process better. That's awesome as well. But mostly this is for people that are just really not sure how to get started, where to get started when it comes to online fitness coaching. You've heard about it. You heard people maybe doing well, and they're like, how are they doing so well? I'm just not even sure. I'm going to explain it in this video, okay? And if you're in-person coaching, if you're training right now, all right, or you have a 9-to-5 job and you're looking to get into coaching, right? Chances are right now you're probably burned out with your schedule and with the work that you're doing. It's just not your purpose. Right? And you have no freedom or flexibility in your schedule to travel, do things you want, right? With online coaching, you have so much freedom, right? Like, I'm able to make this video like in anywhere I want, right? And it's a blessing, but we have to have the right structure for you, your business moving forward. And right now you might be even capped for income, like no room for growth. In-person trainers, right? You might be, trading your time for money, and then 9-to-5ers, right? You're just capped. Maybe you get some bonuses, but with online coaching, there's like unlimited potential. All right. And so for you, you're looking for a way to turn your passion of fitness into an opportunity for you to actually make some real money, change some serious lives in numbers, in volume. And you want more freedom, more flexibility in your schedule. Okay, so you can actually work whenever you want, wherever you want. You're on your own time. Okay, and also you probably want financial freedom. So instead of trading, right, time for money, now you have unlimited growth, unlimited potential to hit $10, $20, $30,000 months. It is possible with the right systems, right? For me, I used to be on the gym floor for hours, right? I just put this picture in here because right after I got hired at my university campus gym, I had to Snapchat my friends. I was so excited. I sent them a picture. I'm like, look, guys, NASM certified, flexing my muscles. And then I hated it. I was dealing with client cancellations. I was the gym pet. That's what I personally felt like always putting the weights back and cleaning everything and wiping the shit down. And I was like burned out and exhausted. And I'm like, this is coaching? I don't think this is coaching, right? So I knew I had to make a change. That's exactly what I did. I started to get obsessed and just master the online client cheat code. This system taught me how to reliably get online clients on a consistent basis, all right, which helped me have months like $24,000, $25K, $27, $32, nearly $33,000, all right, like I'm going to share the same process with you. I started at nothing, and we've been able to hit 6 figures consecutive years in a row, and I'm going to share it all, okay? But first, before we even dive into it, I want to make sure to share the biggest mistakes and misconceptions that most trainers make, especially that are new to the online fitness game, if you will, because I don't want you being one of those people, one of those coaches that just makes these mistakes all the time, and it just holds you back from helping more people, growing your income, getting more freedom. Okay, the 3 things. First, I need a big following to make money online. Wrong. A lot of my clients, they have under 100 followers, under 1,000 followers, right? Because think of it this way. If you know how to actually, let's just say, structure content, you have the right systems, and you are able to just get three clients, right, at $1,500. Right, that's a solid month right there in itself, and that's just three people. So you don't need millions of followers and numbers. We're focused on quality, right, with the connections and the followers that you do have. Okay, next thing, if I just post good workouts and tips, people are gonna DM me. I'm sorry, I used to be that person, but it's just not gonna happen, right? That makes you like every other creator. What I want you to do, maybe you could pause and go on Instagram, and on the search bar, just look up workout videos. You'll be scrolling until you're 9,000 years old. Everyone's doing that shit. So what's going to separate you? That's what we'll talk about in this video. Next thing, I need a website, app, or program. Like before, I need this perfect structure before I get things started on this app, and I just need it. I need everything built. All right, like. Listen, we'll talk about building the right process for you, but when it comes to like a fancy website or trying to perfect the program so perfectly before, no. Like, we just have to get things going and start the right way. I'm going to share that exactly what we're going to do, okay? Now, let's get into actually this stat right here, which just blew my mind. It blew my mind. Only 5 to 10% of online fitness coaches make over $10,000 per month, which is basically getting into six figures per year. All right. And that just blew my mind. 5 to 10%. Very small slice. And it's because a lot of them follow those previous mistakes that we just talked about. First of all, they need everything perfect and, all their ducks in line. They're waiting for the perfect time, certifications, all that stuff, right? And then the market gets more saturated. It gets even harder instead of just like starting right now. All right, they make a lot of mistakes, and they don't even have the right systems, most importantly. So I want to teach you, coach, right? You're focused, you're here, you're showing up. The online client cheat code that will help you pull in more clients, build your income, and create more freedom in your calendar, all right? And just for some inspiration, with this system, my client Keyshawn here used the same systems, pulled in an extra $4,000 a month online, right? We could just even zoom in. These are just the payments that are coming in, not just like $50 a month stuff that we're selling here, right? More high ticket things, so you could actually build your income and get, you could serve and give value on a high level, okay? Same thing, all right? If I come down to Xavier here, literally Xavier launches online fitness business starting at zero, nothing, didn't even know what to do, okay? And within 30 days, one high-paying client, right? And he sent me this message. He got that client to sign up. We were all excited. We were all celebrating in the group. It was awesome, all right? Same thing could happen with you. And these clients are using this system I'm going to teach you, right? Riley here just went off. This man is a beast. 15 high-paying clients within 90 days. He sent me this. He uses Stripe for payment processing. And you could see here, literally, Stripe gave him an infinity sign because he's literally just crushing. He's literally just crushing, all right? And he's just like exponential growth, okay? So I know, right, personally, it works. So coaches, I want to make it work for you specifically, all right? So let's get into it, all right? I'm excited. This is the fun part. This is where you got to get really focused, okay? Step 1, figure out who you want to help, right? People call it their niche, their niche, whatever you want to call it, your target audience, your ideal avatar, call it whatever you want. You want to figure out who you want to help, because if you're a generalist, you're going to make no money. You're going to help no one. If you're trying to help everyone, right? What works today is narrowing down your messaging to a specific person, so that person really believes that you are on this planet to help them specifically, right? If you're just like, oh, I help people with weight loss, that is just going to put you in a pack of millions of other creators, and you will stay stuck. So you got to niche down. How are we going to do this? Let's make it very simple. 2 things, coaches, you can do to niche down. If you've had no previous clients, a good place to start is just yourself. Think about the pains and the struggles that you have been through before your fitness journey, and that person you can help is literally the old you, right? There's people in the old you's shoes, okay? So you can start there if you have no clients. Now, if you've had a handful of clients, right? Think back, coaches, to the best 5. Think back to the best 5. I don't know why I kind of whispered there, but I feel like this is like some good stuff, right? Think back to the best 5, right? The best 5, they did 3 things, and you could see the ABC on the left side of the screen, right? They always followed through, always doing workouts, always just showing up. You're like, Sally is just fucking crushing it, okay? Next thing, never financial concerns when paying. When signing up, when re-signing, they're fucking in. They pay you, okay? Next thing, great communicator, right? If they're traveling or if something's going on, like they let you know about, they communicate. When you message them, they get back to you. Like, those are great fucking clients. They're great clients, okay? So after listing out the top 5, okay, pick up any patterns you see on that list, coaches. Any patterns. Maybe they're all men trying to lose fat, or they're all dads trying to get rid of the beer belly, or all busy moms trying to get rid of the tummy after pregnancy, or blue-collared workers that want more energy. Like, you're going to see out of the 5, oh my God, 4 are X, Y, and Z, and you'll see specific people in that list, specific problems. Okay, now we have that information, very important. Then we want to work on our niche statement. Okay, now I want you to fill in the blank when you are ready. I want you to write this down. Obviously, you don't have to do it like right now, maybe if you want to, but this is something maybe you can think about when you have the right information. Your niche statement should be, I help, and then type of person, and then achieve desired goals. You can see in the parentheses, right? Without sacrifices they think they have to make. Examples, I help busy working dads. That is the type of person. Lose stubborn belly fat. That's the desired goals right there. Without spending hours at the gym or doing restrictive diets, right? That is the sacrifice that they think, okay, I need to spend hours, I need to do, but we're saying without that. So already in their mind, they're like, oh, this person's different. Right? Or this is just and like, we'll talk about how we'll show this to your audience, but for right now, coaches, like, this is for you to know exactly who you're helping, because it's going to give you so much more clarity, right? So these are just some examples. Last one, I help ex-athletes get their strength and muscularity back without training for hours every week, right? So for you, fill in this blank above, okay? Now, we have that. Now we're going to build out your program. We're going to make it nice. We're going to make it pretty. We need something to actually give to people, right? So the 3 main foundations of your program is going to be workouts, nutrition, accountability, keeping it very simple, okay? What I recommend, best platforms to use, coaches, don't just send them Google Docs. Don't give them a Google Sheets. That's $49 a month stuff. I'm sorry. Like, don't do that. What I encourage you to do, look into softwares and apps like ABC Trainerize. Okay, this is the best from my personal experience. I've been using it for like 5 years. All right, very good. Or I've heard, haven't used, but I heard good things about True Coach. Okay, and My PT Hub, and these platforms will just literally do the work for you, host all your foundations, workouts, nutrition, and you can message your clients accountability. It's great. Okay, now this will get your clients results, but what's gonna really get them like paying, good money and staying for longer? Having the premium feel of the softwares will help, but what's really gonna help? One-on-one messaging, one-on-one support, fucking caring for your clients, 'cause that's what they pay for. Someone to care for them, right? And then also creating a community. Once you build up some clients, put them in a group like a Facebook group, or maybe Slack or Discord, or School is another one from Alex Hermosi. Like, it's a community. So you have to find basically a platform, and you can ask your clients, or you can honestly, your own preference could be WhatsApp. That's a great one. Could be Instagram DM groups, right? Like literally something like that, or even like a Instagram channel. Just basically put all of your clients in one specific environment, so they're getting to know each other, they're getting motivation, they're getting inspiration from each other, they're getting wins from each other. It's going to be amazing. I'm excited for you. All right, and then in that community, here's some things that you can do, coaches. All right, as you start growing, you can host community Zooms, or just community Zoom like Q&As. Like, you could do trainings. Like, for example, if you see all your clients struggling with nutrition, you could do a nutrition training, right? Maybe bi-week, like every other week, or a Q&A, all right? Or just in the beginning, right? Maybe you don't have a big community. Start with one-on-one calls, support calls each week, 15 minutes for your clients. Or you could even do weekly Loom check-ins. So you have them fill out a form, right? How's your nutrition going? Ask about their struggles, their goals, what you want to hear from them as a coach. They fill it out, and then you send them a video check-in, kind of similar to this, right? It's just like this. I think this software I use is ScreenPal. You can use Loom, and basically you have their type form pulled up. I mean, you could use Typeform or a Google form. They send you a form, and literally you're like, John, a great job this week, right? I see that, you really accomplished X, Y, Z, but I do see we're struggling with 1, 2, 3. So here's the best thing. And you explain it and you coach them. They're going to fucking love that shit. They're going to love it, okay? And this is what's going to make your program premier. And like the $40 program a month, like you just get an app and they're piecing out, right? This is what's going to make it valuable, where you can sell this in a package for thousands of dollars, right? And this is proven too, right? This is the strategies I use, my clients use to collect thousands of dollars every single month. Like you and I, we may be fit and healthy, but think about the overweight person or struggle. They would do anything to be part of this if we build it the right fucking way. Last thing, pro tip, host challenges within the community for prizes, okay? So for example, like a step challenge where your clients are posting your steps, right? And, with, let's say they're posting their steps, and the most consistent person, you send them at the end of 14 days, like protein bars, you send them a prize, and it just gets the community engaged, right? You want to think of it as like a party. If you go to a party and it's kind of dead, no music, there's like 2 people there, you're like, all right, let's get out of here. But if you go and it's fun, you're having a good time, people are laughing, telling stories, everyone's like joking around, great food, great atmosphere, great music. You're like, wow, I love, like, let's stay. Hey, tell your friends, right? So we need to get the community engaged, okay? And then also, when it comes to your starting price point, this is a minimum. You are going to sell a 6-month package of all this stuff we just talked about for $1,500, $1.5K minimum. If your prices are higher now, stay with them. Don't lower your prices. All right. This is for individuals that have no selling experience, like completely new. This is where you're going to start. $1,500. It's $250 a month for your client. Don't pitch the $250 at the start. We'll talk about how we want to kind of get into how we want to enroll them and stuff. You always want to start just higher, 1.5K. We'll talk about that. But this is where you're going to start. And what I was going to say is, guys, this is extremely, extremely reasonable, right? 1.5K for all of this for 6 months, like no brainer for that client. All right. So we just have to position it in the right way where they're like, all right, I'm going to do this. We'll talk about that later on. All right. So make sure step 2, you are dialed in. Okay. Now let's get into step 3. This is the fun part, right? How to sign clients up for 1.5K minimum. This is where, right? Remember when we talked about only 5 to 10% of coaches only make over $10,000 a month? The 90% drop the ball when it comes to this. Just being honest. Okay. So let's talk about how to really get these clients in, okay? So as you start posting content, we'll talk about free social media posts that you can just get out there and kind of how we'll do that. Let's not focus on that right now. As you get to doing that, people will start to know more about you and just kind of what you do. They'll see you. They'll see what you're doing. They'll be interested. Do not just wait for people to reach out to you. Do not just wait for opportunities to fall on your lap. Go connect and initiate conversations, right? Be social on social media, okay? I want you to think of it as a bar scene. The classic bar scene with, let's just say, a girl and a guy, right? Let's just say, a girl is at the bar, and let's say, a guy walks in, and let's say there's like some mutual interest. They give each other some eye contact. It's getting a little frisky. No, I'm kidding. But let's just say there's some mutual interest, right? Chances are that like, even if the girl's interested in that guy, that girl's still just gonna like wait for the guy to approach, because just in society, that's kind of just culture. That's how it works. Like the guy just approaches, right? So that guy has to take the initiative if he feels that mutual, and go approach and just start a conversation. Don't be weird. Like don't be a freak, right? It's same thing with but you're gonna start a conversation. So same thing when it comes to social media. Don't be the guy and wait for the girl to come to you. Like go initiate, right? So with coaches, so you could go change their lives. All right, and this is how we're gonna do it without being salesy or slimy or any of that. Okay, this is what we're gonna do. You need to make the note of creating minimum 10 conversations daily with your audience, okay, using these specific guidelines below. And because I'm the best coach ever, I give you the full script, and in the description of this video, right, should be on YouTube, you will find it should either be, it's like going to be a PDF or just a link to a document, should be a Google Doc, where you could just copy and paste all this stuff and you just fill in the blanks based on your conversation and the person you're talking to. So you're welcome. I love you. Okay. But let's go over it to make sure it makes sense. Basically, in this conversation, we are going to just keep it genuine, and we'll talk about why we're doing certain things. So this is going to be your opener to creating those conversations. Think about the bar scene. All right, just thinking about the bar scene and just natural conversations. Okay, opener. Hey, name, right? Appreciate the like on my post, or it could be comment on my post, or the recent follow, right? We're not just sending cold messages. These are messages to people that are engaging with your stuff. And because they're engaging, we have permission to reach out. Like they're engaging with you, that they like your stuff, right? Let's see if maybe we can take this a little bit further and get them as a client. Okay? So that's what you're going to say, and depends on the context of what they did. Comment, like, post. That's message 1. Message 2, are you working towards any specific fitness goals at the moment? ? Maybe I can send over some free resources or videos to help. Right? So we're just here to serve. They reply, uncover the motivation and pain now, right? Okay. Right? So what you'll say, message 1, solid goal. Basically, like the first messages, you just want to validate what they last said, right? Definitely achievable with the right plan. Message 2. Message 2 is where, right, if you have a free resource, maybe it's a free fat loss guide or a weight loss blueprint recipe pack, or even if it's just literally, if you have none of that, cool, no worries. You could literally send him like a quick video that you already posted before. Like just share it with him, and that could be your second message, okay? And then message 3, right, here's and then you enter name of free resource, like video on fat loss. I think it could help you, okay? And then continue on with the script. Don't just leave it there. We're always continuously asking questions, okay? And I'm just curious, is this mostly for looks or something deeper than that, right? So we're continuing with the script because we're leading this script to a place where we're in a position we can actually get them as a client, which we'll talk about, okay? Is this for looks or something deeper than that? Then you want to uncover the problem. For sure, totally can understand that you want to XYZ, whatever they said, right? Feel more confident, lose the belly fat, feel great going on to the beach this summer, whatever it is. That's message 1. Message 2. And so what do you think has been holding you back from enter desired goals, right? Losing the belly fat, whatever it is. Okay, now we're uncovering the problem. So why we're doing this, coaches, is because we want to create a big gap in the DMs. We want to create a big gap. We started the conversation by asking, we call it their North Star, like their dream, their vision. Hey, what are specific goals you want to achieve? And they're going to tell you, lose the weight, all this stuff, want to feel confident, all that, right? And we dug even deeper by, is this for looks or just something deeper than that? So it's like, oh, wow, they put their why, their motive behind it right now. They want to get here. And then what we do is ask the struggles, the problems to get them here. They're like, oh shit, I almost forgot. I am struggling with nutrition. I do binge eat, right? I don't feel comfortable. I don't give myself time to work out. Now there's a gap. And then we're going to amplify the problem, amplify the gap. That can be hard to deal with, super frustrating. How long has that been going on for? 5 years. Oh, gap just got bigger. That's good. Because you know what's going to fill that gap? Your program. Okay, so that's the beauty, that's the psychology of how this fucking works. You have to understand that. All right, so how long has that been struggling for? Now, we want to transition to a call. If you're open to it, you and the client could have a little chat going over your program. The more calls you take, the more money you're going to make. That's what I always say to my clients, right? It's just how it works, right? That's a long time, and I can see how that can affect someone mentally as well. So we're just like kind of digging them into pain without pointing the finger. It's something I see a lot of people struggle with, right? Would you want some help with that? Message 2, right? So this is a soft ask to like, hey, you want to work together? like low key, or just basically like permission to get on the call, right? So hey, would you want some help with that, right? Do you mind if I get into how I can help? You could also say something like that, all right? So we say that, then we get into the call proposal. Awesome. Message 1. Message 2, I have a little bit of time this week. I wouldn't mind having a quick chat strategizing the best ways for you to get to enter desired goals they mentioned. Notice how we position this message. We're the authority. Like, we're fucking busy. I have a little bit of time this week. I wouldn't mind having a quick chat strategizing the best ways for you, right? I wouldn't mind helping you. It's like we have the goodies here, right? And we're just here to serve. So just keep that in mind, okay? And it gives them the perception that like basically we're important and we're taking time out, right, to help them out. And it's almost like a disservice if they say no or don't take this call because we're taking the time out, if that makes sense. Just a little psychology there. Message 3, something I still use as well, all right? And if you got that message from me, I still love you, all right? Because it works. Message 3, okay? I'm booked out today, right? But available specific day and day. Which works best for you, right? Again, authority. I'm booked out today. Oh, shit, Danny's booked out today, right? It gives them that, like, exclusive, oh, like, Danny's booked out. You don't want to be like, hey, in 30 minutes, want to chat? No, like, you have shit to do. Even if you have the whole day free, like, take a step back. Okay, like, the ball's in their court, but you have the goodies. You have everything that they need. All right, I'm booked out today, but I have this day and this day. Which day works best for you? They reply, perfect, I have X time and X time available. Which one works better for you? Notice how we're asking these questions. We're giving them only 2 options. We're not saying which time works best for you, because then they're going to pick a random time. It might not work for you. It might not be like we're giving them just 2 options. Hey, I have this day and this day available. Which one works better? Okay, I have this time and this time. Which one is best for you? Then lock it in. Lock it in. All right, let's go. Now, let's get into, once you lock in the call and we hop on the call, what are we going to do? We're going to get into that. The call procedure. Listen, we want to preferably do this on Zoom because first, we're probably just going to be sharing your screen as we get into the program. That's going to be helpful. And also, it's a little bit more engaging. It's a little bit more personal, right? If you were just hearing me right now, maybe you're kind of like listening to this just like a podcast. I do that sometimes too, but you should be looking at the screen. But if you're looking at the screen, it's kind of just a little bit more energetic. You see me like moving around. You see my facial expressions. Same thing with Zoom. They get to see you. They get to read you, right? They get to know like you're about service. They get to know you, which is great. Okay, so preferably on Zoom, and that's going to be important. I did want to say, if you already have Zoom, that's good. If you get it, I believe the free version, you could just get it free. I think it cuts you off at 60 minutes in the call, the free version. So keep that in mind. I think what we're about to go over, we can do within 60 minutes. Just keep that in mind, all right? 2 parts to the call. First is discovery. Next is going over your program. So first is the discovery. If you hop on the call, hey, how you doing? What's going on? If you know them personally, like ask about life. Or if you don't know them, where are you calling in from? Build some rapport. Get to know them, right? Next thing, ask what was the motive to book in for the call, right? So they get them in that state of why, right? Why they need you. Next thing, what's their current life situation? We ask this, honestly, to get a better idea if they're qualified, right? If they tell you, oh, well, I'm in between jobs, or, I'm 18 years old, I'm not working, do you think it's the best client to invest in a program for thousands of dollars? Something that we have to really, think about. Now, if you're in the beginning of taking calls, you should, no matter who it is, you should take calls to get reps in. Okay. But if you just don't want to waste 60 minutes, right? And you just feel like they're not qualified. This is something you could kind of say is ask a couple more questions about their goals and stuff. Don't just be like, hey, how much money do you have? Like, keep going a little bit. And then you could be like, listen, John, so I just want to be transparent. You did, I definitely want to help you. Like you mentioned, you want to lose the weight. You want to feel comfortable in your clothes. That's amazing. I definitely think I can point you in the right direction with a program if that's something you're open to. I do just want to say the program does come with an investment. You did mention you're kind of just like, not working right now in school. Totally get it. Is this something like, is the program you think something that will suit you? Did you want to look at options, or is now not the right time? I totally understand either way. Right? And you just like put it on the line because it's like, why are we going to keep going? And you're going to present the program, all that stuff. So that's just current life situation. Then let's say they're like, oh, I'm working full time. Like, they're qualified. Great. Keep going. What main goals are you looking to like achieve with your fitness? This is where they're going to really start talking, right? And that's good. You want to really even dig deeper about goals. If they just want to say lose weight, be like, oh, okay, lose weight. And so like, how much weight specifically? Is there a specific reason why, you're looking to lose the weight? Get curious. Childlike curiosity on these freaking calls. Okay? Next thing, what have you been doing for the past couple months to achieve these goals? Guys, it's probably not fucking much. So that's why we ask the question, to get them realizing, not much. Right? And then what main struggles do you have when it comes to achieving and then enter the specific goals? Guys, remember again, right? That gap we're building, right? That in the DMs, we ask similar questions. By the way, they're never going to say, oh, you asked me these questions in the DMs. They never, ever, ever say that, right? If they ever say that, like, oh yeah, for sure. I just need to kind of elaborate more on these calls just so I can collect the best information to build the best program for you if we were to move forward. So also I have short-term memory loss. Now you don't have to say that at the end, but what I said before. And you could say that, and I think, like, no one's going to say that. And again, why I bring this up is because in the DMs, like we talked about, we built that gap of where they want to go, where they are now. We're doing that as well in the call right now. What are your goals? What have you been doing? What are you struggling with? Big gap right now. And then they're going to get into their struggles. Okay. Now, these are some key questions. I'm at question 7, if you could see, right? If you could come down here. I know sometimes it gets a little bit lost, so I get it. We'll get it down. Practice makes perfect. And what will change in your life for the better once we do accomplish, you losing the weight and you feel a lot healthier, right? And so that's question 7. Like, now we're getting a little bit deeper. Okay, then they're going to say that. Well, John, question 8, like, what happens if, like, everything kind of with your routine stays the same and, like, just, nothing changes? You think things will get worse? Then they're going to be like, oh, these are consequence questions of not taking action. So now they realize if they don't join your program, shit's going to get worse. They're going to be like, oh, my doctor is going to freaking hate me because he already wants me to he already like told me to lose weight and, I'm going back next summer. Like, it's just, they're going to think about all the things that are going to come with not taking action. Okay. 9, what was the moment for you that you decided to change? Like, basically how you want to ask this. So, John, there's usually for a lot of people, there's that one moment that they decided they needed to change, right? In that one moment, like for you, John, in the past, couple weeks or months, have you had that one moment where you looked in the mirror or, you looked at a picture and like you just need to change, like something like that happened? Right? You want to ask that. Guys, I get it. It might be a little uncomfortable, but they appreciate it because people love talking about themselves, and it's almost like the discovery is like a little bit of a therapy session, especially for fitness. They're going to explain a lot of deep stuff that they don't tell a lot of fucking people, and that's how you know they're emotionally invested. And when people are emotionally invested, they will become financially invested. All right, so you want them talking about how, yeah, I was playing with my daughter and she poked on my belly and said, donut belly, donut, or I don't fucking know. They're going to say, I've heard some crazy stuff, right? Like I heard one guy, like I asked him this question. He was like, yeah, I was playing with my niece and she asked me why I had boobs. And it was a dude. And I was like, really? How'd that make you feel? I fucking dug deeper into that. And he paid in full. And there's the sale happens here. Just keep that in mind, okay? Last thing. Why take action now rather than later, right? Like, because John, I talk to a lot of people, and you know most people, they put things off, they have to think about it, they'll wait until next month, next year, next week. Like, why for you do you have to take action now? Right? So I already label them as an action taker. So when I present the program later, like we already just talked about this, man. Like, dude, all those guys are putting shit off. They get nowhere. We just said you're an action taker, right? Obviously, you're not going to like say that, but in their head, they know, like, you just talked about this, all right? So hope that makes sense. That's the discovery. Okay, now let's get into, first thing is a quick recap. After that, after they explain that and you go through the discovery, basically what you want to do, okay, John, everything makes sense. I really do appreciate you sharing that. And, so just so I'm clear, what I'm hearing is you are struggling with XYZ, whatever they're struggling with, like the binge eating, you're not really comfortable in your clothes, right? And like your jeans are fitting really tight. You have the pre-diabetes as well. But you do want to get to 30 pounds down. You want to reverse the pre-diabetes so your doctor doesn't hate you anymore. Right? No, okay. Right. But you want to feel comfortable in your clothes and like you want that energy for your kids. Is that right? They're gonna be like, yes, finally someone gets me. Like, yes. Okay, perfect. John, I have a specific game plan I definitely think could help you. Is it cool if I share my screen? We could get into it. Boom. Boom. We're in there. All right. Now, part 2, going over the program. This is key. You're not just going to say, coaches, we have workouts, nutrition, accountability. It's 1,500. No, you have to present this as the Porsche, not the Toyota. All right. So this is exactly what we're going to do. Again, copy and paste. I want to see you win. I want to see you succeed. I'm speaking to the coaches that are going to implement. It's sad, but I know some coaches, they might see this and just not do anything. It breaks my heart. But like, please implement, because this shit works. I've been refining it for years and it's done well. So going over the program, you're going to share your screen, and basically this is what it's going to be, right? And we'll kind of go over it, and we'll maybe just like role play with John and just make it make sense. So you could kind of take some notes and you could listen to this back. So John, I didn't know I was going to do a live role play, but I guess we can do that. And then I'll probably stop the role play just to check in with you, making sure everything is making sense. Okay. So enter title, example, like lean muscle and weight loss transformation. So John, basically after our conversation in the DMs and what we just talked about, what would probably suit best is the lean muscle and weight loss transformation. All right. So I'm going to get into it. Listen, man, I don't want to be talking to myself. So I'll be checking in with you, making sure everything is clear. It's making sense. And I just want this to make sure this is a process you can see yourself doing and have it help you. Is that cool? They're going to say yes. You could get into it. Okay. So John, first thing is with your custom blueprint, right? This is all going to be customized. We have a 3-pillar system that's going to help you really lose the weight, make sure you're feeling good. First is going to be our customized workout system. All right. So with this, I'm going to build, right? You know how you said you didn't really have much time before? So I'm going to build specific workouts that are quick, that are efficient around your busy schedule, so you can lose fat and you can build muscle and feel good without, spending hours in the gym or working out. Okay, so I want to stop the role play. I never get too far, coaches, into like the logistics. Guys, we love working out. We love macros. They don't really care. They just want to lose the weight like as fast as possible. We know people now. They just want it, right? So don't spend too much time on like, oh, I have this app and the app tracks your reps and it's so cool. And guys, no, right? You could show that stuff. That's great. But as you're talking about it, you have to always circle back to their goals, their struggles, all that stuff. Right? So let's keep going, right? And you'll see how I do that with me, for example, nutrition. So next thing, John, tailored nutrition. So you know how you said you were kind of a picky eater, you tried some other plans, it really didn't work. Like, I'm glad that happened, because this is going to be finally a solution that helps you out. Because I'm going to show you how to lose the weight and build muscle whilst you still are able to enjoy your favorite foods. So I'm going to piece together a whole plan for you where you can still enjoy yourself, but be able to lose the fat. Okay, cool? Awesome. So I'm always circling back to exactly what they want and their goals. All right. And then, John, all right, next thing is, dude, I'm going to hold you accountable, right? Like, you're driving and I'm in the back seat, and dude, we're doing this together, right? Because I want you to lose the weight, have more, confidence and energy for your family, your job. And so I'm going to just make sure I am in your corner the whole time with everything you need to do. Is that okay? Is that good? They're going to say yes, okay? And then we're going to get into the process, right? So, John, with this process, I want to lay out the runway for you so you know exactly how we're going to lose this fat. You're going to lose the 30 pounds, and by summer, you're going to be feeling amazing walking onto that beach. Let's lay it out. The process. Phase 1 is onboarding, right? You're going to join the movement, get familiar with the plan, get things going. We're going to get in momentum. Then we're going to build your foundation right away. Start crushing your diet, your non-restrictive plan, workouts. This is where you're going to have more energy. You're going to feel more confident. You're going to start to see the scale head in the right direction, losing some weight. All right. And then phase 3, John, right? This is the fun part. Okay. This is where you're going to lose the fat around your stubborn belly, the love handles, right? Chest. We were talking about your arms earlier, right? We want to lose that. That's where you're going to really start looking in the mirror, see those changes. See the changes in the picture. See the changes, right, in the clothing. Okay? Phase 4, right? So I want to stop the role play. You could see how I'm talking about what they want, the clothing, the comfortability. I'm not like, in phase 3, John, we're going to bring your macros to fucking 600, and then we're going to reverse diet. Guys, they don't care. You lose them. I promise if you do this, at the end of the call, they're going to be like, yeah, everything sounds great, Danny. I have to think it over. Yeah, I'm going to have to become an accountant tonight and do my fucking numbers. You know what they say. And it's because you lost them during this. All right? I just want to make that really clear. So, and I'm not trying to come at anyone, but this is like the truth. We have to really dial in and structure this. And one thing I'm going to say, right, if you want to just take note right here, okay? What we do, if you want a formula to this, going over your program, you want to use the formula FAB, F-A-B, if you want to write this down, FAB. What this means is feature, advantage, benefit. So if we go up here to the 3-pillar system. So John, first thing you're going to get is your customized workout system. That's the feature. And notice how I said, coaches, I didn't say workout plan. Sounds fucking boring. Give it your own unique name. Right? Customized workout system is what I said, right? Customized workout system, right? And then feature advantage. So the advantage is customized workout system that's going to be super quick and time efficient. And John, you could do this from home. That's the advantage. And then benefit is so you can lose weight and have more energy for your kids. That's the benefit. So if you, every time you're going over the program, right, the 3 pillars, if you can fab it up, F-A-B, you're all good. Okay, same thing with this stuff right here. All right, so we can continue. We were on phase 4, right, muscle building, right? So then after the fat loss, right, we're going to work on, building your muscle, toning up. Dude, I want you looking like Captain America. You'll start laughing and start joking, right? And so you're going to get more definition, and this is where I really want you feeling good. And then phase 5 is just going to be our reassessment period where we talk about the great results that you got, and then we're going to lay out a blueprint to just make sure that you keep these results for life. All right, now at the end of those 6 months, like you do want to extend another 6 months, but it's just like for now, what you're just going to position it as is we're going to come up with a blueprint together, right? Like that's the extension to make sure that you continue these results for life, keep solidifying their habits. Okay, so you don't even have to worry about that. I just wanted to kind of sprinkle that in. But this is the process, the phases, all right? After that, you want to make sure, John, does that all make sense? That runway for you, is that all clear? Okay, awesome. Now, I had to just check the time. I have a call coming up. Shit. So one second. We're all good. So right after that, then you want to add social proof. So John, just to inspire you, I want to show you some clients that use this process I just showed you, and they're winning, they're excelling, they're crushing it. And I just show it to show you, like, this is what we're going to do with you. I wanted to inspire you. All right. And then you show some social proof of your clients. It could just even be messages if you don't have transformation in your clients. And guess what, coaches? If you have no clients, show pictures of yourself. Show your struggle. This is where I was before. And dude, after I followed this process, what I'm about to teach you as well, I'm here now. And you're jacked, you're ripped, you're feeling good. Show pictures of you out on the beach or in public or with a group of people, and you're confident. And dude, like, that's what they want. All right. So then after that, a results-based guarantee. And John, just to top it off, there's a lot of programs out there that just don't follow through. So it's my duty to put this in here for you as a results-based guarantee. If by the end of the program, you're putting in the work, you're showing up, but you still don't have a more desirable lifestyle, you're like, it's just not working. You're like, Danny sucks. He's ugly. No, I'm kidding. But if it's not working, I will fully refund you, okay, and work with you no charge until you do hit the goals we talked about, because I'm serious about you getting to your goals. Is that all clear? Okay. Guys, after that, they should be in, right? Like, we just positioned your program as the Porsche and not the Toyota, okay? And here's something you want to remember if you want to write down. This is a writer downer. There's 2 sales that happen on calls, right? Well, first is the sale on the process, which we just went over the program. And then the second sale is monetary. They give you like their credit card. But they have to be sold on like the process. And once they hear the they have to be like emotionally, yes, I can do this. Like, how much is this? Right? And then there's a second sale on the actual financial part. I hope that makes sense, right? And so now, how do we kind of get to finances, all that stuff? What should we do from here? I get it. It's a process, right? And this is kind of why I'm bringing this up, is because where I see a lot of coaches struggle is just like the segue, the transitions of the discovery and then into the pitch or into going over your program, then the program to the price. So I kind of hope I went over, those kind of thoroughly. That's why I scripted a lot of these things. So after you go over the program, okay, John, so listen, hey, hope you're excited. Did everything make sense? They say yes. Great to hear that. Now, what stood out to you the most about the program after listening? They reply. Okay. They go from there. Now, I hear you. Yeah. Love that. And like, why that part specifically? So why we're doing this, coaches, is we want to just like resell them. We want them to convince themselves like, I need to do this. Like, yes, I need this part. I love this part. I want that. This is why I love the nutrition, right? All that stuff, right? They're going to reply. Awesome. Excuse me. And John, you genuinely feel like this is something that can help you get to enter desire reality that can help you lose the 30 pounds and feel good and feel confident like we talked about? Yes, they reply. Perfect, right? I can tell that you're ready to lose the 30 pounds, feel good, feel comfortable in your skin. Right now, is it cool if I get into how enrollment works? They say yes or sure. Great. So one-on-one coaching, it's a 6-month package to help you lose the 30 pounds, have more energy, feel good, and become that man or woman, right, whatever they are, that can provide for their family and really live a healthier lifestyle, right? So the 6-month package is 1.5K. And you just shut up. You don't justify, you don't say, and it's 1.5K because you're going to get, no. Because then it literally takes your authority down. It's just 1.5K. And they'll think about it, and they'll talk to you about, yes, if they want to do it, or if they have some concerns, right? What I'll say is, when it comes to the 1.5K, yes, you do have permission to break it up if there's financial concerns, right? How you can do that, I have a ladder for my clients, so it's like 1.5K, and then what you could do, if that's a little too much for them, split it into 2, so I think it's like 750, if I'm right? 750 now, 750 in 30 days. If not, you can do 250 a month. All right, so that's kind of the ladder you want to work around, and that's the pitch right there. That's the price drop, if you will. Now, you want to collect the payment on the phone, right? So get them to pay there, and then send them their plan fast, so they feel like fast wins coming in, right? Even coaches, if you can't send them the nutrition and workout plan right away because you need to collect some information, on the call, after they pay, just do as much as you can. Give them direct value. Send them a vitamin cheat sheet to get started. Be like, John, just look over this, man. Like, give them something to do. Don't have people pay, and then they're just twiddling their thumbs like, I can't wait to get started, because then it gives them the time to think, was this the right decision? 1.5K, wow, like that's kind of a lot. I could have spent that on my car. I got that mortgage coming up. Should I text Danny. Ooh, no. We want their mind on things that can already get them in momentum. So keep that in mind. Hope that's all good. And now, step 4, content. We ain't even done because this is just going to change your life. This is going to be so valuable. Step 4, content. Let's go over content that converts to clients. I see so many coaches just posting random stuff, the wrong things. And listen, if maybe that's you, that's okay. I love that people are just posting and putting themselves out there. Sometimes, I'm not going to lie, I get like emotional when I see people, because I sometimes just see like myself when I first started and I was insecure and I'm like, people are going to judge me. And I just see that for people. I'm like, I'm so happy you guys are doing that. But now the bank accounts from online are still low. So how can we fix that? Like, you're putting in the effort. How can we make it so much better? I'm going to give you, I told you in the beginning, no gatekeeping, any of that. I'm going to give you the full social media strategy, all right, for your feed, posting on your feed, and your story, like Monday through Friday. Okay. And actually, Saturday, Sunday, I'll talk about possibly. And that's basically just stuff that I want you to post you could get creative on the weekends, coming up with your own ideas. But we'll talk about the structure Monday through Friday that will land you clients consistently, and we'll get into that. Okay. Now, this is assuming you have a fitness page. If you don't, I would highly encourage getting one. It's free, and it's crazy. Social media is crazy. The fact that we can put out videos and images to get people to pay us thousands for free. If you told our ancestors this, they would feel like it's illegal. It feels like a scam, like we're scamming someone. But we have to do it the right way. So, not scam people the right way, but we have to strategize social media the right way. So first, make the social media page, do it, all right, and optimize your page in 3 steps. Okay, first thing, have a clean profile picture where you're smiling, you make it approachable and personable. I see too many coaches, they're like 10 years back in the picture, not 10 years, like 100, wrong unit of measurement. They're like 100 yards back in the picture in like the gym. You can't even see your face. You're all beautiful. Show your face, smile a bit, right? Like, it needs to be like your ideal client looking that little circle of your profile. First impression. So is it like you jacked, kind of looking too intense, intimidating? Or is it you smiling like, hey, come play? Like, yeah, like, come onto my page. Maybe I can help. Okay. So then, next thing, your I help statement should be in your bio, non-negotiable. Put it in your bio. And remember, we worked on this before. You got to fill in the blank. I help type of person achieve desired goals without sacrifice they think they have to make, right? So we talked about it earlier. Put yours there, and then add a very simple and clear call to action under your I help statement. DM me the word fit to start your journey. It's just, this is so simple. Like I said before, you don't need ads or a fancy funnel or a website. Like, it just adds more friction. We don't need to be more fancy, right? If we have a website, they're like, people on social media, their brains are like goldfish. They don't have time to click on the website and then go here, look at the homepage, fill out this form you have. Good luck. But DM you 3 letters? All right, let's do it. That's a lot easier. That's why we do it like that, okay? That is your profile. Now, when it comes to your feed, right, we'll talk about the feed first. We want to focus on 4 main things. First is overcoming the struggles of your niche. I'm going to get into some examples for each as well to help you, right? So for the first one, example is if you write a post, you could write a post, or if you do a voiceover, or if you talk on camera, you could do that as well, right? If you are enter your niche, struggling to enter their desired reality, stop doing misconception/common mistake and do this instead. This grabs attention and it shows why you're different. Because it's not like, hey, come get bigger biceps. No one cares, right? You're calling out your niche. You're talking about what they've been struggling with, what they're doing wrong, and why your method is different. If you're a busy guy struggling to lose the stubborn belly fat, stop doing hours of cardio and do this instead. And then you get into the value. Okay. Now, that's the first thing. Next thing is trust building content, right? You want to connect with your audience. Example, I used to enter struggle before I found fitness. All right. So I'm going to say, coaches, like, deeper the better. Don't be afraid to get deeper. I'll say this side note. The moments where I pressed the publish button, where my heart sank, and I'm like, I can't fucking believe I'm putting this out to the fucking world. That's when I signed the most clients. Straight up. Not even like a crazy valuable video, not all the fancy edits, none of that. Of course not. It's when when I go naked to our audience is when they're like, wow, this person's human. I really relate to this story. Also, I need fitness, right? Like this is my guy. Let's do it. Okay? So the struggle could be depression and addiction, being out of shape, insecurity you had, low point before fitness, right? And so an example, I used to hate going to the beach shirtless before I found fitness. And again, could be a written post, carousel. That's where it's like multiple posts, multiple pictures in a row, reel, right, video. And so something like that will hit because people can relate to that. I remember I made a video at my pool here at the apartment I stay at. And I made a video and I was like, at the pool. And I showed the pool. I took my phone and I was like, I remember not being able to go to pools just like this. Because I was like, I remember hiding at pools like this because I didn't feel comfortable in my body. I remember I got a client like that same day because they were like, dude, this is me right now. Like, I can't go to pools. So, relate, right? Story building, trust building, all that. Okay, hope that makes sense. Awesome. And then next thing is client outcomes. So that's going to be name of client, right? Example, name of client, enter specific goal and desires within specific time frame. John lost 15 pounds and toned up his midsection within 90 days, right? And then you get into the story of how he was struggling and then what he specifically did, right? What he was struggling with, what he specifically did in your program to get great results, and now his dream life. That's the structure of that post right there. All right. Also, in terms of client outcomes, you could also use yourself as proof. Okay. And then last thing is behind the scenes, right? Example topic is like a day in the life post, right? You wake up at X time, clip of you waking up. Breakfast, clip of you, whatever time it is, you could put the timestamp, clip of you preparing breakfast, workout, clip of you working out. Just bring them through a day. That's good. Documentation, right? Okay, so that's with your feed. Now, stories. Let's talk this. We're going to get very specific, guys. Stories is where you're going to pull the most clients. Let me just tell you, right? Stories is where you're going to pull the most clients, all right? Because people are going to follow you, but they're not just going to be like, hey, Danny, like, I'm ready to buy your program. They're going to watch you. Right? Just like a lot of you. I know a lot of you are watching me. It's all right. Keep watching. We're changing lives. So, weekly story strategy. Okay, Monday, direct call to action. What a call to action is, wow, my call is coming up really soon. I didn't think this video was going to go that long, but I really hope this is helping. So, let's get into it. Monday, direct call to action. What you want to do here is a call to action is basically telling your audience to do something, right? So what we're going to direct them to is vote on a poll, right? So the format is going to be, I'm looking for 3, right? And then enter your niche, ready to enter specific goals your niche wants within specific time frame. Vote below if you want details. Now, this could be a picture of you in the gym. It could be a picture of just like, you're looking good, physique. It could be something where it's just like you smiling, just selfie on your phone, like something simple, right? And so that's the format you want to use, right? Enter your niche, the specific goal, specific time frame, and gets people in like, okay, this is like for me type of state. And then the example is just like, for example, it depends on your niche, right? But for example, I'm looking for 3 busy men ready to shed fat and build lean muscle within 90 days. Vote below if you want details. Okay, and then basically the poll that you can put would be like I'm in, and then the other one is going to be send info. It's going to be a double positive. You don't want to put like I'm in or no, you hate me. Don't put like a negative poll answer. Put 2 positives, so you're going to get more votes. You're going to get more leads, all right? So that's how the poll is going to be structured. And now why we're doing this, you're like probably like, Danny, like what are we even doing here? We want to use this as ammo to get into the DMs, to get onto the call, right, that we went over, right? So And then with the DMs, what I want to point out, you can see here, you would use the script above that we talked about, right? Above meaning like in the presentation, the script earlier, and also in the description of this video. All right, you'll find the script. The only difference is the opener if they vote on this Monday poll message. Okay, now the opener in this case is going to be message 1. Hey, name, right? I hope you're doing well. Saw that you're looking to excuse me, enter specific goals mentioned in your story. Do you mind if I ask you a couple questions to see if I can help? Message 2, right? They're going to say yes or sure. Great. I'm just curious. When it comes to getting to enter desired goals, they voted on it in your story for, right? Is it mostly for looks or something deeper than that, right? And you can see the similarity. I just got right back into the script that we talked about earlier. You continue on with the script guidelines that we talked about. Okay, so that's Monday. Monday is very important. Why, coaches? Monday, guess what? Your niche probably fell off track on the weekend. There's a specific reason why we do this Monday for fitness is because Monday, that's where people look in the mirror. They're like, oh my God, I'm bloated. I ate so many tacos this weekend. The dress doesn't fit. The jeans are tight. And then they see your story. You're looking great. And you're like, hey, 3 specific people. And if they fall within that category, yeah, it definitely builds your odds in the right favor, right? So that's Monday. Tuesday, let's get into Tuesday. You're going to give direct value on your story, either just writing just on your story, right? Could be just a picture and you're writing on it some value, best workout tips, nutrition misconceptions that can help, right? Or just giving direct value like, basically in a video, could do that, and could just be like nutrition, workout, mindset related, and you want to make it specific to your target audience, which is your niche. Okay, so keep that in mind. That's Tuesday, just giving direct value, no ask, just giving direct value. And like, we're not asking anybody to work with us, just direct value. Wednesday is sharing a personal story of yours. Share times where you were off track and you overcame it, or personal stories with your family or relationships, or just how maybe you came to faith, or like, spirituality, perspectives that you have. Just like share more kind of about who you are as a person, your story. Okay, Thursday, share a personal win. It could be getting a workout in, like you walking the walk, right? You enrolling a client, getting ready to help them, maybe on a Zoom call. You hey, we want to celebrate. John signed up, right? Today, we're ready to help him lose 30 pounds. So excited, right? That's some good stuff, right? It shows that your community is growing and like you're winning yourself, because people want to sign up with winners, people that they look up to, right? Maybe you hit your macros 5 days in a row. Show it. Okay, that's Thursday. Friday, get another poll, right? Just like Monday, to just engage. Not a hard call to action, but we're going to get people to engage to get them into the DMs so we can get them onto the call. For example, right, a picture of you working out with text over screen that says, what's your biggest struggle been to enter desired goals your niche wants to achieve, right? Lose fat, build muscle, and then the poll that said, it's going to say workouts or diet. Right? They're going to vote, and it's AMO for us to reach out to those people in the DMs. And again, use the script that we talked about. The only difference is, again, the opener. Usually the opener will change depending on how they vote, what they're voting on, right? If they comment. So hopefully I'm giving you all the correct openers you can use, and it's helping, right? So now in this case, it would be, hey, name, hey, John, right? Whoever it is. I hope you're doing well. I saw that whatever they voted on, right? Nutrition, workout, or workouts, diet. I saw that workouts, it's currently a struggle for you on your fitness journey. Is that right? And then they're going to say, yes, explain a bit. Yeah, it's been a struggle. Totally get that. Can be a struggle, John. And that can be super frustrating, right? And so when it comes to your fitness journey altogether, though, like what specific fitness goals are you working towards at the moment, right? Boom, right back into the script guidelines that we talked about. Okay? And so then in those script guidelines, when it comes back to the struggle in the script, like you can acknowledge, so John, you did mention you are struggling with workouts. Like what other obstacles are you kind of going through right now? So you're using that guideline, right? You don't even have to use it as like, it's very situational. So there might be times, coaches, where if you just copy and paste, it might not make sense. You know what I mean? Like, it's situational depending on what they say, but that is going to be the guidelines you follow in order to get them on calls. Just think of it that way, right? And then there's also going to be times you could just copy and paste. The conversation is flowing, but you'll start to see some people love to chat, they love to type, and you might get long messages, and that's where you might have to validate some of that stuff, but always get back to the script that works. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. And then pro tip, right? I want to talk Saturday and Sunday. You can get creative at doing your own things in terms of just like documenting your life and just maybe even just showing more of your day. But Monday through Friday, this is what we want to keep. And then pro tip at the bottom here, okay? Throughout each day, you should be sprinkling in client proof. Okay, and listen, that doesn't have to be transformations every day, right? That can be, excuse me, that can be messages, right? That can be in your check-in form. Hey, I lost 3 pounds this month, right? That can be a text message. It could be a transformation photo. It could be a progress picture. It could be a picture on ABC Trainerize or a software that the scale's going down. Or one of your clients hit their macros. One of your clients, they have more energy. They texted you. Any of that. Any proof you can scrape up, throw it. Throw it on your story. Even if you're working on client programs, throw it. And you'll see here, right, documenting what you're doing throughout the day. Some behind the scenes stuff. Right, throw that in, right? So Monday through Friday, like this is the meat and potatoes, but probably not the only thing that should maybe be up there. Bare minimum, have this stuff. But if you have some extra time, right, document what you had for lunch and maybe the macros you had. And then show that you're working on client programs. Show that John lost 7 pounds in 2 months. Like, yeah, you're planting seeds because people watch you. Remember, people watch you. So I hope that helps. All right, that's it. Are you sick of me yet? No, I'm kidding. But if you follow this step by step, you're going to gain more online clients. You're going to build income. You're going to start to have more freedom in your schedule. And listen, if you watch this, you got value and you're like, this all helps, but you're looking for more specific one-on-one help to implement these strategies into your own business so you can help more people, make more money, have more freedom. All right, what you could do is DM me on Instagram the word freedom, or you can schedule a chat with a link in the description. There should be a link in the description, and we can strategize the best ways for you to get more clients, build your income, and give you, yourself, your family, loved ones more freedom. Start living that dream life you want. All right, I appreciate you. Talk to you soon.